The country craves new infrastructure, and U.S. Concrete is ready to build. But will gridlock in Washington stop this company from cementing their place in a growing economy?
When it comes to the infrastructure stocks, we need to stop fixating so much on what's not happening in Washington and instead focus on all the good things that are happening with individual companies. Take U.S. Concrete, which is a major producer of, you guessed it, concrete here in the United States, and will be one of the biggest winners if Trump's huge infrastructure plan ever sees the light of day. I know the president just reiterated that something will get done with infrastructure when he spoke to the press. I'm not sure, though, if what he talked about today can get passed through this fractious, tight-fisted Republican-controlled Congress. Doesn't matter, though. U.S. Concrete stock has rallied more than 50% just since the election. Not so much because people expect lots of building projects from the federal government, but simply because the company's doing very, very well with private sector jobs. Just 2 days ago, U.S. Concrete delivered an excellent 9-cent earnings beat off of an 86-cent basis. And even though its revenues came in a tiny bit light, it still increased by more than 23% year over year. Plus, the company's seeing strong demand in its major end markets, New York, D.C., Dallas, Fort Worth, and Northern California. So can the stock keep climbing? Earlier today, I had the luxury, the chance, the fantastic opportunity to speak with Bill Sandbrook, the CEO of U.S. Concrete, at one of his Brooklyn facilities that's right in my backyard. Take a look. Bill, your company had a fantastic quarter. How important is this plan to what's going on to your book of business?
Jim, thank you. This plant is called our Smith Street plant in Brooklyn. We supply most of Lower Manhattan and the west side of Manhattan from this, as well as Brooklyn. It's very important to us.
Okay. Well, Lower Manhattan means World Trade Center, which I know you're integrally involved with the whole way, unfortunately, from the sad part to the good part.
Exactly. World Trade Center, Hudson Yards, one of the biggest projects, is supplied out of this plant. We built the entire World Trade Center complex has been supplied out of this plant as well.
Now, Brooklyn itself is booming. How much of, let's say, just the general construction do you have?
Well, in Brooklyn, we stage 150 trucks a day. We have 8 plants on 5 sites in Brooklyn alone. That's how busy Brooklyn is.
Now, nationwide, you have an unbelievable business. When I see your book of business, I see that it's Facebook. I see that it's Google. What I see is the new economy and how important what they're doing with U.S. Concrete.
Yeah, the death of retail has not been the death of concrete. All of the satisfaction centers, all the fulfillment centers that have to be built, all the data centers that have to be built to supply and all the Facebooks of the world, we do most of that work around the country.
At the same time, our infrastructure is falling apart. The federal government not doing all that, but not that much. But you have the Port Authority of New York, a gigantic institution. Right. How much business are they giving?
A lot. And for the next 10 years, a $32 billion capital budget. Next 10 years, the LaGuardia Airport job, that's one of our biggest jobs. And Delta building $1 billion new terminal there. And we're on that job as well.
Bridges, big for you.
Big.
Now, one of the things that I'm trying to figure out about your business, how important is pricing? How important are these kinds of units? And how important is acquisitions? Because you've got a scalable platform. You need to run more through it.
We run more through it, but we go for the high-end concrete that's supplied to the World Trade Center, the bridges, Kosciuszko Bridge, the Tappan Zee Bridge. So the price points there, not many people can do it. And to our contractors, our value proposition is that we can have on-spec concrete on time, day after day, minute after minute, hour after hour, to help our customers make money as well.
All right, on time. Those of us who've been stuck in traffic jams because of construction, we hate the people who are doing the construction. If we get U.S. Concrete, do you literally say, listen, our time to completion versus other guys?
Because we have such a robust plant network. In New York City, we have 17 plants. If you have one plant in the Bronx, you can't effectively service Lower Manhattan. If you have 17 plants with 350 trucks, you can supply concrete on time, even when our trucks are stuck in traffic.
All right. Now, has the federal government surprised you at how little they're doing versus state entities and versus private industry?
Exactly. A very good question. 26 states have raised their gas taxes. 26 states in order to support infrastructure spend. It's a dereliction of duty what's going on with the federal government, slow playing infrastructure investment.
Texas and California seem to be, let's say, out-indexing the rest of the country. Why is that?
Jobs. As far as Texas, job growth. The inflow of people in Dallas, 100,000 people a year. It's a great economy. There's no state taxes in Texas. New Yorkers would like that. And California, the technology sector and the lifestyle in California is still very attractive to a lot of people.
There is a sense from people that a new plant, a new factory really doesn't have a multiplier effect. But when I'm looking at this, I think that's dead wrong. You get a new factory and a lot of things happen.
A lot of things happen. The people have to live somewhere. They have to work somewhere. They have to shop somewhere. They have to go to a hospital somewhere. They have to have a school for their kids. It's a huge multiplier effect in bringing jobs into a local economy.
A man on the ground like you knows that better than the economists. Why is that?
I live it every day.
All right, so describe this. Because, you know, someone said to me, what the heck is concrete really? What is in those?
Well,
what is happening?
Concrete is not cement. Cement is in the silos.
That's an important point, right?
Very important.
Tell me the difference.
Concrete, you mix cement. Cement is the material that binds concrete and makes it hard. But concrete is actually what's on the ground. Cement is just one of the raw ingredients, as is sandstone, water, and some chemicals. And then we mix it in various proportions with various specifications. And there's a truck right there. And it's mixed. It's a perishable product. So not only are we limited by distance, we're limited by time. So you need a robust plant network to be able to service your customers.
A lot of people want to know where roads that are done by concrete are better than that blacktop.
Well, they last longer.
They do.
They last longer. Absolutely.
So therefore the blacktop's cheaper and people are more willing to do the right thing.
Correct. It's kind of a Band-Aid when you overlay a road with asphalt as opposed to a 20 to 30-year life cycle with concrete.
Private industry. I see you in your book of business. Well, you got LaGuardia, and you've got Union Tower, Amazon Fulfillment, but the number one, Facebook NA4 data center, but it's in Fort Worth. That's one of those data centers that we hear about from the cloud.
Absolutely, and it's a massive data center with a massive amount of concrete.
Now, these projects, they did not exist 10 years ago.
No, they did not.
That is incredible. That is just incredible. Now, you do have something behind you that is so noteworthy and says a lot about U.S. Concrete, says a lot about you, says a lot about the country. It is Army Black Knights Eastern Concrete West Point.
That's our Army truck. I'm a graduate of the Military Academy. We bring that truck to all home games. It's at my tailgate. It's a tribute to the Academy. I'm very proud of that truck. It's a beautiful truck. And it's a working truck. It works every day.
All right, let's talk about the Military Academy. Your company, previous to you, a lot of people felt overexpanded, didn't necessarily pay enough attention to the bottom line.
Right.
What did the Military Academy and to your service bring to the organization of U.S. Concrete?
An ability to listen, an ability to take various inputs of a diverse nature and figure out the right path, the ability to strategize and correlate our strategy with the direction of the economy. And I like to lead people. I like to build teams. So it's all about teams.
Are you a general, meaning that you have to oversee everything and not necessarily, you're not down there at Facebook every day looking how it goes?
No, I'm not. I have a great team of people, all the way from my direct reports all the way to every truck driver. We're a union company in New York and California. All the guys here are union guys. I have a great group of employees and a great group of managers.
I thought that union companies always go out of business.
Union companies have a huge advantage in New York. They're very well trained. They're very good individuals. I love my union environment on both coasts.
Let's do that. So in other words, companies that have unions, this is something Greg Hayes taught me at United Technologies. Companies that have unions that know how to manage them, well, they make a lot of money.
We make a lot of money. And not everybody wants to be union. So that it kind of limits competition to some extent. But they're great guys. You have to manage it. It's not the easiest environment, but we love our union operations.
Well, it's certainly working for you because a lot of money's flowing the bottom line.
Absolutely.
All right, sir. That's Bill Sandbrook. He's president and CEO of U.S. Concrete. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome, Jim.
Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.